What's up, y'all? We back. Hottest podcast, loudest podcast, newest podcast. I'm y'all co-host Dre,
And I'm your co-host, Kales.
and this is
Vibes
from the South, episode 6. In this episode, it's the top of the new year, so happy New Year's to everybody.
Definitely. Happy New Year.
Hope y'all enjoyed y'all Christmas and everything. Hope y'all holidays was good. Hope y'all was getting loved on and received every gift that y'all desired. This episode, we're going to talk about New Year, same path, but different elevation. So we just gonna get straight into it. So what's your definition of elevation, bro? What you think elevation is?
Elevation is, it starts off first to me as like the mindset that you have to knowing what you need to do to live the kind of life or purpose that you want to live.
Okay.
So that might be spiritually or it might be dealing on alongside of, dealing with your health. Things like that.
Okay. Is it personal growth, like professional achievements? You said spiritual development or a combination. Like, is those things like part of an elevation to you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You said something first about the personal, what was it?
Personal growth.
Personal growth. I'm sorry. That starts off first.
Okay.
To me, like when you want to elevate your mind first.
Right.
Without your mind, without your brain, you just lost out here. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, personal growth plays a huge factor in what we want to, where we want to go as people. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking on elevation, what would you say your reflection of the past year and in regards to where you were and where you want to go and going to this year?
I'll say my elevation started where a lot of stuff was happening for me, and like I'll say, I'm not gonna say for the worse. I'm gonna say for the better. It just seemed like for the worse. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going through things that's either abnormal or just what you're not used to. So just by losing my job, and it's not like I got fired. Like my manager passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The same week we were supposed to renew the contract, didn't get that renewed. So we're contractors. So if anybody know the contract game in IT, when you don't get that contract renewed, it's a wrap. And that's with anything that's a contractor. So just starting there, and unfortunately, I got involved with the government. I was catching cases, situations and things that I was in, and I was involved in, and then losing my family and losing family members, and it was just a lot that was going on. You know what I'm saying? So all of that to say, sometimes things happen to see how you're going to react to it.
Right.
So with all of that being said, all of that happened. I turned to God. So I chose my elevation to get a closer relationship with God. So that's why a lot of these episodes I'm always talking about God, because that's who brung me here. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Him.
Yeah.
And I say that because He gave me my own testimony. He's still not done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even though I lost my job, I got another offer, and I got something waiting for me that's in a better position. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in the government. You know what I'm saying? So just dealing with that, and He's still not done with my story and done with my testimony. So just being able to get closer to Him, grasp onto Him, be able to seek Him, hear Him, because I wasn't able to. I didn't want to. I'm gonna be real, which I didn't want to. I wasn't thinking about that. I wanted to have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you want to have fun, when you out, you're not really thinking about, is this godly?
Right.
Is this pleasing to God? You know what I'm saying? So it's just in the moment. A lot of people don't think about that, and that's okay. It just comes with life lessons, and you just learning and growing. So once I really realized, like, instead of turning to people, I'm gonna turn to God. Everything went for the greater of my good, bro. Everything went in my favor. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I ended up coming out better in my situations dealing with the government. Like I said, I got a job dealing with the Department of Justice, and they're about to make their decision, so I will be hearing something soon, and I know I'm about to start that because I would have never got this far. But I say that to say, like, and I'm still going. I still got things going on. The podcast, like it's other things that I still have going on that still elevate me. But my main thing was just simply getting close to God. And with that, I was praying. I prayed more, and I strengthened my prayers, and I asked Him to remove all the things that wasn't like Him. that wasn't pleasing to him. Even people, places, or things, negative stuff, whatever it was. So a lot of things that I used to do, I don't do. A lot of things how I used to go about situations or think, I don't now. And that's because I put God into everything I do now. So I would say that's probably my biggest reflection of last year, because last like 2024 was probably my roughest year that I've ever experienced, dealing with anything and dealing with a lot of stuff that actually happened. A lot of stuff that actually happened was new to me. So it was just a crazy experience, but I came over on top, and praise to God that I'm here today.
Definitely. I understand that. For me personally, it was similar to yours. I would say mine would be tapping into my purpose.
Okay.
Just knowing like the kind of man that I want to be, and understanding like what the kind of man I am in a moment.
Right.
And so, like you, I also wanted to get closer to God. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that anything is possible with Him, and like He's always with you through the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? So just understanding that more, and just I don't want to say taking a risk, but just keep going after my goals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just consistency for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Just all around, whether it's working, the podcast, my stand up, it was things like that. I was thinking like, man, I just really want to see where I can take this, you know what I'm saying? Or where exactly this can really go, because it's like through the village that we all have as a team, we know where it can go. We just gotta just be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. We just gotta be able to make it, create the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like on my page, it say opportunities don't happen, you create them. So we just gotta create that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was just thinking, and I started like picking up not new skills, but new habits. Like reading more books, working out more. You know what I'm saying? Just doing little things like that, because like as I grow older, you become more wiser. You know what I'm saying? A comedian always say, I don't call him old, I say you're getting ancient. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel that more and more every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like no more school, no more, just the little things that we cherish as a kid, the nostalgia that we always miss. Like it's nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that doesn't mean that you still can't live the life that you want to live. You know what I'm saying? So I just been tapping in more on that, just trying to be more consistent. Always been goal oriented, but I feel like my biggest enemy or my biggest challenge is myself. It never been like a person or a place or anything. It always just been myself, because I be in my head a lot. But But I also found ways to like just not be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, reading books, tapping in on working out, or just knowing that being more consistent is going to produce the best kind of results that I want. Yeah. Until a point where it comes your daily habit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I wanted to tap into.
Definitely.
And
I want to start working out myself.
Yeah, I call this year my personal run year, because like I really want to see everything that I got my hands into go to the top level. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I be thinking like, what kind of person would I want to be in the industry? Like business wise, of course, everybody gonna say like Jay-Z. Of course, I would say Jay-Z, but realistically, because I see the kind of person he is, I'm gonna say like I'm kind of like Nick Cannon. Because I always got my hand in something
that's tough
that I always been a representation for. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that's how I always wanted. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just always wanted to be that kind of person to always like help my community. You know what I'm saying? While still living my own dreams.
Because people like be sleeping on Nick. Nick got a lot of stuff going on.
Exactly.
Like, that people don't be knowing he behind.
And when we say a lot of stuff, we ain't talking like the number of kids that he got.
We're
talking about like the businesses and stuff.
He got more businesses.
Because I know somebody watching is gonna be like, yeah, he got a lot of kids. But we talking about like his businesses and stuff, man. But definitely, bro, that's how I wanted to be, and I call 2025 my personal run. And I'm living the dream, as they must say, because I was watching this interview, and one of the comedian dudes, like he one of the greats that I fucks with, his name is Ali Sadiq. He said, when you not on the stage, always find ways to be interesting. So that's one of the things that I took that and got a grasp of it. Like, I want to stay interesting. I want people that watch this, that never watched this before, be like, dang, I want to watch the next episode. I want to click in on their Instagram page, or just find ways to continue being interesting, because everybody going to want view counts. Everybody going to want that type of, like, repost on that certain platform. But like here at Vibes from the South, we just want our messages to be out. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to have a youth one day hitting us up, being like, yeah, I watched your episode, bro. I was having a rough day in school dealing with something, but watching this I was able to just get over and understand that I could do X, Y, and Z, or even like the older people, like elderly people, and y'all free time. We appreciate y'all to be watching this. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's just if you ain't getting no real messages out with your podcast, then views don't matter. Trust me, like it never matters. Like always, I tell people this all the time: figure out ways to stand out and never worry about trying to fit in.
And always know the turtle always win the race.
Definitely.
That's for a lot of y'all out there. You know, a lot of y'all out there. I ain't gonna get too into it, but turtles always win a race, man. Turtles always win a race. So make sure y'all drop in a comment what's y'all reflection for this year. You know, what's y'all goal for 2025? What y'all want to see in y'allself? You know, whether it's, you know, I wanna go to the gym, you know, whether it's, you know, I wanna, you know, eat more salads. I don't know. I don't
know.
The
lady said they want unbig they back. You know
feel
what I'm
me?
So shout out to y'all that's want unbig y'all back, man.
I don't know how, cause y'all like to eat food, y'all boyfriend food, everything, but you know, we ain't gonna get into that.
We hear vibes from the South. We support y'all. You know
what I'm saying?
But we also gonna tell y'all if you gonna keep doing the same type of thing, then we're gonna speak on that too. You gotta always figure out. You gotta stay consistent. You gotta be the change that you want to see. You know
that's all. Saying?
And so we're gonna break down just the steps of elevation, because we were telling you a lot about our personal elevation. You probably thinking right now, like, well, how do you break down elevation, right? So it first starts off with your mindset, right? You always want to encourage yourself to always think smarter and work harder. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it starts off with your mindset. So if you're telling yourself you want to, for example, you want to stop eating pork, right? But you love a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
It starts off with your mindset. You can't eat that on your breakfast sandwich, you know? And that sounds like so small, but it's the little things like what we eat. That's one of the things. That's a habit. Like, we got to start off with our habits, telling ourselves that we're only going to settle for this and we're not going to go back to these same type of habits. You know what I'm saying? And so, also another thing that might help is skills. We talked about earlier about, you know, we start tapping in more with reading. Reading books, that's one of the things that I started tapping into, because I realize reading books now as an adult, and I think about like doing it in high school, we used to always not really feel like it, or just try to research like the quick little answers for the homework and stuff. But actually reading books, and actually what I do is I play the audio book and I have the book in my hand as well. That way I can just keep going. That way my mind don't drift off and all that other stuff, because I'm a visual learner, so I tend to like visualize things as I'm reading them type shit. But I would definitely say like reading a book, working out, what you think skill wise? There's a lot of things that you can do. Reading a book, working out,
being separated. That's probably the biggest one.
Right.
Separating yourself from society. Just being okay with being with yourself, being alone, being in a space that's empty with just you to think, to be able to elevate. And I say that because separation creates elevation, and it gives you the best elevation, in my opinion, because you have no other way and other thing but to do, but to think, you know, but to figure it out, you know. And it's not like you're in a messed up position. Nah, like, okay, I don't have the distractions around me. I don't have my friends around me that's gonna, oh, well, let's take a shot. Let's roll up. Let's go out. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Nah, you in the space by yourself, whether that's your house, your parents' house, whoever, wherever.
Right.
You're in the space by yourself. So I'm gonna have to say separation for sure. Like, that's probably the biggest one to me, because I mean, that's important. Without separation, it's nothing. In my opinion.
Definitely, I would agree.
Like, it's nothing.
So like we mentioned earlier, y'all, we want y'all to comment in the comments any type of goals you have, you know, whether if it's a New Year's resolution or any type of personal goals. We don't judge here at the Vibes from the South. We all come from different paths, but that don't mean that we don't have different stories, or you know what I'm saying? We all got the same type of story. And comment down below and make sure you tell a friend and like, comment, and subscribe. But now that we got the topic of elevation over, if you've been watching the episode, pretty sure you remember earlier when we was doing these episodes, both Dre and our cameraman, shout out to Dre, they were talking about a team called the Dallas Cowboys. And, you know, I just want to say the tables have turned, you know what I'm saying? So it looks really great for my Washington Commanders.
And I'm a Falcons fan now. Rise up. And I said it on camera.
That man say he's a Falcons fan. That's messed up, because Kirk Cousins still in that money, man. That's
Kirky.
crazy. So,
hey, I'm behind Kirky. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel it, man.
But I'm behind y'all too, though. I like
Hey,
y'all. I like
JD5,
I
man.
like J5.
JD5, man. It's been a great football season, man. Today, you got the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Of course, my Commanders are there. We play the Lions, so let's go Commanders. They also have the Chiefs and the Texans, I believe.
Yep.
So
They should be playing right now. I
yeah,
think.
definitely. That should be interesting. Hopefully,
Yeah.
you know, picks,
I gotta put my picks
parlays.
in.
You know, picks, parlays. They all here for everyone, man. We know how betting can be.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, sports has been going good. Basketball, unfortunately, the other Washington team isn't that good. I'm a Wizards fan. We haven't been doing the best, but I am impressed by how Jordan Poole has been playing. He's been taking more of like a leadership role and putting up a lot of more points.
I like that.
I can tell that change is also coming with the Wizards. I expect us to make some trades coming up off season. Well, not off season, but before All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, I'm looking forward to what moves we make with that. My early MVP, I gotta say right now, is probably Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man. Like he
do his
killing.
thing. I'm gonna go with Ja.
I think he's the MVP of the NBA right now.
You think so?
Definitely,
man. Ja been doing his thing, man. I don't know. Ja came back on a different mission, bro.
I think they're gonna kind of undercard Ja just because he was suspended and he got injured. It's like I don't think they're gonna just try to give him an MVP like just right now.
Just because
of that. You know, it'd be politics.
Yeah, it's politics.
You know what I'm saying? So I just
that.
be thinking like it'd just be maybe like I can't even. Now I don't even want to disrespect him and say that, but it would be cool. But like most improved player, but like he kind of out that bracket. You know what I'm saying? He always been a good player. So him.
But most improved, not even just about your skill. Like it's your attitude off the court as well. You know, things that you show and you perform. So I mean, it's not even a disrespect. I mean, maybe he do deserve that because I mean, it's a stepping stool.
Definitely.
So I mean, yeah, I can probably agree with you on that and definitely say that because I mean, he has improved like with his attitude, how he carry himself, even on the court. Like he's just trying to play ball, you know. So we straight. All right.
So lastly, let's talk about boxing, man. So we got the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight coming up in March. Lamont Roach is a hometown person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He from the city. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Me personally, I feel like the fight really gonna go 12. Mm-hmm. And that's no disrespect to Tank or nothing like that. But I just feel like I watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what Tank could do. But I feel like if he can go 12 with Cruz, and even though Gervonta was hurt, I feel like Roach can go 12 with him too, and it could be win by decision.
Yeah.
Granted, Tank got a crazy knockout rate in the ring, and he's expected to do exactly what he do every single fight, right? But if you've been watching Lamont Roach, he is a champion too, though, so you can't just really discredit another champion because of another man's popularity title, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like at the end of the day, anything can happen. It's been fights back in the day where you expected to go one way and it might go the other. You know
what I'm saying? Look at Devin Hangley. My bad, bro. If you ever watch this, I'm not trying to drag.
Nah, for real.
I'm not trying.
Don't need no lawsuits. I'm not trying. So, but I'm looking forward for them two to fight again. I heard it's a rematch supposed to be coming. They got a separate fight they sell. Like one got to fight somebody else, and then the other person got to fight somebody else, and then they fight each other. Yeah. I think it's saying if they both win too, they fight each other.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward.
I hope it do happen because I mean he deserve another fair one. Yeah. I mean he deserve another fair one. I feel like he was too comfortable. He was too relaxed for that setting, and it was like. Mm-mm.
And you know the last one is the Canelo versus Crawford. So that just recently dropped. I seen like a couple days ago. That's probably gonna be like one of those fight of the years because there's been a lot of like not animosity, but
tension.
A lot of tension with them. You know what I'm saying? Between them, they trying to make the fight happen. They feel like it's because of money. He feels like it's not really, not really worth a fight. Mm-hmm. But that's gonna be one of those fights of the year for sure. Definitely, I would say. Looking forward to seeing that. Now, where I think it's gonna go, I don't know.
Yeah,
I really don't know because they're both. They're both high class fighters, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know where that's gonna go really. That just had to be something you just gotta watch in the moment, you know what I'm saying? But, here at Vibes from the South we always read sorry about that. We always read off with a quote. Mm-hmm. As we said, today's elevation, and that's the topic for the day. So I'm gonna read off a quote and it says, "Believe you can and you're halfway there." So we talked about earlier about how the first step in elevation starts in your mind. So once you believe that you're going to become something in life, or you have a goal that you want to achieve, and you believe that that goal can be achieved, you're already halfway there. that's just a fourth of the elevation that you want to see with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you want to always just every day, even if you got to tell yourself every day in the mirror, like, I'm going to be this.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just no more ifs. Like, I don't like if this happens, then this happens. Yeah. Like, nah, this is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Then this is going to happen.
Gotta believe.
Like, no more maybe mindsets. I feel like a lot of times, especially with us being born in like the 95, 96, 97 range, we're at that point where it's like that mindset that we had in high school about where we was going to go once we graduate, or like that mindset that we had when we first turned 18. You know what I'm saying? That mindset that we had. We was going to do all these things when we turned 18. We was going to do all these things once we graduated high school. Why not just revamp that mindset into the real world? Because if you think about it, that mindset that you had in high school is what you living in the now.
I must say, it's still the same mind.
Yeah, it's like you living in the now. It's just like you just in a battle with like bills. That's it. So bills can mess up your mindset, and it's like when you blend your bills in with your habits that shouldn't be your habits, you always fighting with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, just start there and just believe, set yourself realistic goals, and not goals you just think of one day and just think, oh, okay, this is just my motivation. Because motivation isn't really enough. Motivation is just like the breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Like, you just breathe that in. But it takes the discipline and the consistency to actually make it happen. Like, that's one of the things that, even speaking for myself, I had to come into a realization about. I can have all motivation every day. I got to be motivated to go to work. Because if not, I'm not going to want to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I got to be motivated behind something. But that motivation isn't enough. It's the discipline. It's the consistency. It's the believing first, which is the 1/4 of your elevation. Like, that's 1/4 of the elevation. The rest of the things is just take discipline and consistency. So, as you finish watching this episode, just think about where you really want to be in life and just really just make it happen. And if we happen by any chance had some influence on that, let us know. Your advice from itself, like I said, we don't judge. You know what I'm saying? So,
not at all. And for me, I'm going to say the comment that I'm going to go with, since you talked about discipline, I'm gonna switch mine up. Okay. I'm gonna go with the one that says discipline is a fast track to elevation in life. The reason why I chose this one is because you have to be disciplined. Just like bro said, I'm gonna just piggyback on what he said. Like, being disciplined is like, it falls. It's like a domino effect.
Right.
It starts with separation. Separation with creates discipline. Discipline, elevation, and everything else, and so forth and so forth. As long as you're disciplined with everything that you want to do, everything you have going on, when it comes down to your job, when it comes down to your personal life, the personal goals, your bills, you have to do all of that in the right order. Right. And with discipline. Simple. Pay your bills on time. Pay your bills and do what you got to do. Like, people be having so many problems with their bills because they want to pay them all at once. You get paid twice, so pay your bills twice. Break that shit down. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, definitely.
You got
definitely. Save your money.
Like, you got a $1,500 rent, bro. Why can't they get paid $750 on the 15th? Some people get paid 15th and every 30th. So on the 15th, $750. Never $750. $1,500. Right. Boom. That's out the way, and you still got majority of your check.
Right.
Especially for the ones that's getting paid over $1,600, $1,700.
Right.
Like, come on, man. But again, that comes with discipline. Even with the stuff the food, the music, and everything that you intake, that comes with discipline. Like the food and the music that you listen to and eat. Bad music give you bad results. I'm sorry. Like, let's call it a spade a spade. Like, how society is brought up, they play these certain things, put these certain things in our face, and want you to believe that this is how you're supposed to act to get these things.
Right.
And this is how you're supposed to portray. So it's just all about discipline at the end of the day. So just remain disciplined, stay disciplined with everything you do, and put God first, and you'll be good.
Well, there you have it, man. This is episode 6, Elevation. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Kels.
And this Dre.
And this is
Vibes from the South.
Catch y'all at the next one.